I'd like to say we're very excited about the name change to Verizon Media because what we want our clients to know is that we're very much in the everyday business with Verizon overall. We're one unit, we're one unity, we're one division. I'm very fortunate. I report to Guru Gorapan, and he's the head of Verizon Media, which is one of 3 divisions within Verizon. And what that does is opens a lot of doors inside, makes us part of the team. And there's a lot of emphasis on what we're intending to do, which is bring content, data, and innovation with scale to the marketplace. And I think that's very important because I think content, why are people coming to our platforms? We have great content, we have great premium content that is totally brand safe, and why? Because it's professionally produced. So unlike a lot of our competitors, when we aggregate all of our audience, we rank number 2 behind Google in terms of total audience, and that's with our partnership with Microsoft, which we just announced during the CES, which is an extension of a deal that we had for 3.5 years, and we extended it and built upon it. And that was to handle display, video, and content marketing, the original deal. Now we built upon that with native. And so I think with that aggregate scale, we want to basically build up our content even more on top of that to gather more audience. But then also we want to go very deep in terms of what we can offer clients who buy programmatically especially, or non-programmatically, it doesn't matter how they purchase, but also they can buy through our DSP, they can buy IO, but also to offer them data and offer them answers to solve what they're trying to, their needs, to meet those KPIs. And then at the same time, we want to do that through innovation, which is all about the ad tech innovation, all about ad product innovation, but also about 5G and how that plays into the mix. But
how does that? Yeah, explain a little bit.
So 5G, Verizon is the leader in 5G. I mean, one of the great things about being now Verizon Media is also when we came together with Verizon, we also came together with Verizon Wireless, which is a #1 network. And what we did was we have 100 million users there, which we combined with our base. And that made us even bigger, but it also allows us to have more access to data. And data, we're very careful with data because data, we have to make sure it's always opt-in, opt-out when you want to. It's always, we have to be accountable for it all the time. And we have to have total transparency. And we also basically feel it's an honor to have that data and really have to protect it. And it's very important to us to keep that, protected and not share with other people.
So what is
third parties?
Absolutely. What's the roadmap around 5G then? I know it's early on, there's a lot of talk about it here. What might that look like?
All right, well, Hans had a great keynote yesterday on 5G. How I'm looking at 5G is it's total innovation. We talk about latency, we talk about how it's going to improve the speed of doing business, and how it's going to also improve the computation power when we're actually doing business. So you hear about autonomous cars, you hear about you can download a movie in 1 second, and those are the initial simplified pieces. And I wouldn't say autonomous cars is simplified, but it allows for computation power, but it also allows for the speed of that computing power. But how we're looking at it is, what's the next step for our clients? And so we want to be more about being a consultancy on 5G to work with our clients to find out how it can affect their business in a positive manner.
Cool. And what about content? You have some great publications, the Techcrunch, Huffington Post.
Techcrunch and Engadget.
Yeah. So tell us,
Huffington Post.
How they're doing, how you're monetizing, what the opportunities are around your content properties.
Well, when we look at content, we're looking at what we call our supers, which are our main emphasis: news, sports, entertainment, finance, and also comms, which is on the email side and the homepage with it. And we look at that and we think about, okay, how can we build that up? So we look at Yahoo Finance, and I'll go to Yahoo News, but Yahoo Finance, we started with 8 hours of streaming, live streaming every day, bell to bell, that we're now making available. So we're building up that content base. In news, we have Yahoo News, but we also have HuffPo, but HuffPo Lifestyle also, which was a new addition, which has seen great success. And that's in addition to Techcrunch and Engadget. And then we have Yahoo Sports, which we built up. We have our deal with the NFL, which is a fantastic deal, live streaming every game with no authentication, which has also brought in a whole new audience to our platform. And on top of that, we built 12 shoulder programs regarding football and fantasy football, and I feel we're the leader in fantasy football, and put them together as original programming, original video programming. And now we have a deal, also a similar deal with streaming with the NBA, where we just announced, I believe Hans announced it yesterday, which was a new show called Bounce that is going to start as shoulder programming for the NBA. So there's a lot of new things coming out.
And finally, you guys play big in the programmatic space.
Yes.
A lot of acquisitions, very powerful platform. How does the programmatic marketplace look for Verizon?
I think the programmatic marketplace looks great. I think that we spent a year, probably a little more than a year, combining all the different disparate DSPs that we had into one, Oath ad platforms. And we combined that also with our native product to make it easy to buy and make it simple. And in that year, a lot of our competitors have built up their business. And we feel that we have everything they can offer and more now. And so we think we're going to go into the marketplace, we're going to show the value of our DSP, show the value to our clients on how they can use it to achieve what they need to achieve, and have total client solutions. And we're going to bring that to the marketplace, and we're going to reclaim a lot of share on our platform, for our platform.
And finally, Jeff, it must be an interesting time, you know, with the name change, the perception of the company. How do you hope Verizon Media is sort of perceived here at CES and in the new year?
I think Verizon Media is now a leader, but I want more people to know about it, to solve for individual client solutions and what they're trying to accomplish. I think what we have to do is do a better job of bringing what we have to offer to the marketplace and bring it directly to clients, but at the same time, working totally with agencies as one comprehensive approach. I think there's no reason it should be one without the other, it should be all together.